Hi. Good boy. Hi. Here you go, buddy. There you go. Good morning. Hi. Well, so far I still have not had any ants in the food bowl. It should be quite telling that the ants don't really care too much about the dry chow, but... Oh. So I'm meeting Michelle to go shopping. It's Thursday. I'm excited about that. Even though I was in there yesterday, I'd be fine with going in there every day. We've got sun up there today, but mixed in with clouds, and it's going to stay cloudy today. Partly cloudy. It was a bummer that the launch was scrubbed last night, but as one Fred said, better safe than sorry, and I totally agree with that. I don't think we're going to get up at the middle of the night to go look at the eclipse. I'd like to see the eclipse, but not at 2 a.m. I need sleep. Good morning, Gray. Hi. Hi, sweet girl. Here you go. Oh, how are you? Good girl. Good girl. All right, we're out here and we've got 30 minutes. I hope he gets where he's going this morning. Pretty. Michelle has moved our shopping day to tomorrow. Poor kid, she's got a bad migraine this morning. One of those ones that makes you nauseous and everything. I feel for her. The whole time I've known her, she suffered from those. And I do mean suffered. So that's fine. I can shop tomorrow. We got the Model Y test drive at 2 p.m. But if we leave GA at 1, it should be fine. Again, this is a new Tesla location we haven't been to yet up at Sumner Boulevard. They're either only service right now, I think, or only showroom, but I think the plan is to be both. I'll get the scoop tomorrow, or I'll ask David to clarify. But I know I've seen people making service appointments there. So they're definitely doing service, and it's really not that far from the other location. It can't, even with heavy traffic, it can't be but 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. It's up Capitol Boulevard. It's pretty far for us. Right now, Google Maps says it's a 50-minute drive. I got distracted because there's a bird over here on top of the recycle thing that I think is a hawk. I think it's a bird. It's a squirrel. Okay, it's a squirrel with a nut. There is a bluebird on this corner. There's a squirrel. Okay. Well, Dawn has 10 to 12. So even though I now don't have to rush to get back, Dawn does need to get back. But he's got his computer all ready to go, and he's, fine with arriving with 1 minute to spare. So it's going on 10 now. Well, since Michelle can't meet me at Guardian Angel, I'm going to go to Harris Teeter, probably Walmart and Home Depot, and just run some errands. Free Dawn and I up a little bit this weekend. It's a good time of the day to go. They have ribeyes on sale at Harris Teeter this week, so... And I will pick up another chicken, even though I don't quite need to cook it yet. I will need to cook it over the weekend. Time for Walmart. I did get what I needed at Harris Teeter and the dollar store. I'm getting receipts to upload to Amazon and transactions for the credit union account that, just I'm out spending money to make money. Dawn would love it. I'm kidding, but sort of serious, but really kidding. I haven't been in Walmart in like 3 weeks, so I figure I should walk around. Absolutely planning more violas next year. They did so nice in that one pot. But if I bought any more now, they die like the second week in May, just as soon as we turn warm. So it's not worth it. It's too late now. Got to plant them in the fall. Been a while, but I found 3 Model S Matchbox. I'd say the blue color's off a bit. I got an egg inflatable, 1 pack of gel clings, some bone meal, the 3 Hot Wheels cars, and something else I can't remember right now. Not too much stuff though, and the storage bin. And I got this box at Harris Teeter because I got some mugs to pack up. Well, Home Depot is very busy. It's a good thing I like to walk from way far back because the parking lot is pretty full. Pretty full. It's a big parking lot, so when it's, you know, people are all the way up here near the top, you know it's pretty full. Oh, I know what the other thing was at Walmart. I bought $6 for 15 gladiolus. I've got that one other pack to plant, and I figure if we're going to get out there and plant some, we might as well plant more. That might have been what I was probably going to get here, so I don't know what I'm going to get here now, but something, because Amazon's going to give me $1 for that receipt. Conifer Kingdom liked to scare me to death yesterday with an email about all of the different things that can go wrong with Japanese maples. Please, please, please don't let me suffer with those aphids this year like we did last year, but I know I probably will. I love these saucer magnolias. This must be, it says it's a peach. I was going to guess a plum, but it's a peach tree. I got some sort of a weeping, I guess, crabapple. I'm looking at this one. Maybe that's not. I was going to say it was a cherry. Yeah, weeping snow fountains cherry. And they've got redbud. And they do have some Japanese maples, but they're not completely leafed out yet. I do love the saucer magnolia. Don't see any star magnolias here. Maybe on the other side. Well, I think $22 for a piece of forsythia is outlandish. And if anybody local wants a few pieces, just come and see me. I'll give you some for free. I've even got a couple pieces already potted up. Although I guess you could buy one knowing that you could just spread it. You know, clip it and one would be enough to get you started, is what I'm trying to say. Those are some pretty daffodils. Let's see, 3, 6, 12, 15. I'd say there's 21 maybe. 20. It's $25. Wow. Pretty though, pretty. Unfortunately, these are on clearance, but they're finished. Well, we're getting more sun than they said now. The sky's pretty. I found some more Japanese maples. They have some small ones, but they're Bloodgood, Crimson Queen, and I don't know. I'll look and see what that one is around the corner. But look at the coral barks. Sangokaku. It's a coral bark. It's like the one I have out the back door. It's what happens when it's in full sun and super happy. So far, I'm getting this rock foil, which says it does okay in part shade. It's kind of like phlox, but doesn't require full sun. I've never seen it before, actually. This one here is called Pixie. I've actually not heard of that one before. That's a big tree. And this one here is, Tamukiyama, and that's the one Dawn has in the front yard. And this one is, what is that one? It's a weeping, it says. And it is a Makawa Yatsubisu, and I have one of those. It's not that big yet, though. So they say this is Glowing Hearts, Lily of the Valley, and Pieris. I thought this was Andromeda at my house, but I could be wrong. Anyway, this pink-toned one is really pretty. So I just bought the one plant. $6, $5 with the dollar I'll get back from Amazon. Give it a try. I love phlox, but I've never lived where it gets enough sun to do anything. All right, well, I'm headed to the house now. I think I've had enough shopping fun for one morning. I do have those groceries in the back. It's just 3 pieces of meat. It's fine. Did I say why I was out in Jules? I just basically told Dawn not to park Jules in the garage and I would just take Jules because Jules was already out. Besides, maybe I worry just one smidge less about where I park Jules. Not a lot. I'm careful with both cars. I mean, I parked way far away at Harris Teeter and here, but yeah, I just worry one notch less, I guess. I'm always worried something's going to happen to Ruby. It's going on 12 o'clock, so I guess I've been gone about 2 hours. Doesn't seem like 2 hours passed, but I guess drive time and everything. Oh, what I'm trying to say is when I get home, Don is probably off of his conference call, which would be great because then he'll come out and help me haul all this stuff where it needs to go. He popped right on out to help me with all that stuff. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look at you all green today.
Yeah, well, it's St. Patrick's Day today?
No, today's the 13th.
Oh.
That's the 17th.
Oh, I thought it was the 14th.
No.
Oh.
Hello. I even got my arm licked. Goodness gracious. It was a nice day to be out doing errands. You know, not one of those cold, rainy, miserable days. It was, everyone was
hot,
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, well, I do plan to I got maybe another hour's worth of work to do, and then I'm gonna probably, unless something else comes up, I'm gonna stop and switch gears, and I might go work on the Honda. Okay.
I cleaned Tux's area here. New towel up top. Cleaned his bed. New towel down below. Got rid of the cardboard. I mean, we're going to get down into the 30s again, but we're not going to have snow and stuff. So anyway, that one's done. I've generated some towels to throw in the wash. Don's working on the van. He's out here. He's back and forth. He's getting prepped. He's working on it. See, when I said I had forsythia ready to go, both of these pots. I was just under the house and watered the plants under there. The ficus got too dry and it's really dropping leaves, but it's not going to die. I'm just a little disappointed in myself. I didn't get down there and water it before it got too dry. It's not this time, it was the last time. I'm growing a cat. Morris and Stripe were both in the pot a while ago. I think there must have been an anole lizard out sunning himself. You just waiting for him to come back, buddy? Huh? So I'm going to put together Ariel's castle, undersea castle, Lego set 41063. It's in that big bin of stuff from Guardian Angel. Before I move on to the next thing, I want to put this together. I know the fancy magenta fences are here and the panels with the printed panels with the columns and the little domed roof pieces and the shells and the dolphin and the seaweed, and I've seen basically the whole thing. So I have actually put this together one time before, but I mean, even the gold slide is in it. But I feel like this set is worth taking the time to put back together. So there's 2 books. It's a big set. There's a lot of instructions. I probably won't get it back together tonight. It's probably a 2-day project, but we'll see. We'll see how fast it goes together. Don's still out there fooling on the van, and I've got a piece of meat in the oven. We got an hour and 15 minutes till the meat comes out. I'm stopping to eat. Don's stopping to eat. I've been pulling the parts for it instead of assembling it. And I'm finding everything and it's coming along good. Dinner was really good. Don dropped the bolt that's causing him some grief. He's back out at the van. I have done enough sorting. I've got whites and tan and brown here, gold, small parts, and then all of the very set specific parts here. So I'm going to start putting it together. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to finish tonight. I got through book 1, and I think book 2 is a little less steps than book 1, because there's no, look at the base and all that stuff. So anyway, it'll start to look more like a castle after I, get it finished. Like most things, it really comes together at the very end.
Better at estimating repair time on cars than I am on accurately estimating the time it takes to write software. So it took about twice as long as it should have. It's now 3:14, so it took a solid hour and 10 minutes to get this battery holder out. They didn't do anything to help you. A couple of the screws, that one and that one, were no big deal. Piece of cake. That one was a pain in the ass, and that one was terrible. That's one of the screws, and the other screw goes in that hole down there. But of course, when the battery, it's great right now. It's like, wow, look at all this room you got here, Don. Well, when the battery holder is in there, you have no room. And I luckily had enough extensions, because that 12 millimeter bolt was really tight, and I was able to get my extension long enough, but not too long, that right here in this gap between here and that radiator hose, the ratchet came out there. So I was able to break it loose and turn it a few times. But of course, once it goes out so far, then the back drag on the ratchet turns the screw and it doesn't ratchet anymore. And of course, there was no getting your hands down there. There was none. So luckily, I don't know when I got it, but I do remember buying it a few years ago. I bought this little thing. It's like a swiveling stubby ratchet, and I put my 12 millimeter socket on there, and some kind of a perplexing angle, I was able to get it, and then I turned it like it was a screwdriver, and I got that 12 millimeter bolt out, and then that pretty much allowed me to get the battery box out. So now I'm going to start on actually getting the starter out, which I don't know, I don't want to jinx myself, but it doesn't look like it should be too bad. I can pretty much see the bolts, and I think I can do it. We'll see. That big bolt right there, that's the easy one to get to. The one on the bottom is harder to get to. Just break this top one loose. Do not take it out, because then the starter, when you break the bottom one loose, the starter starts tilting, and it makes it really hard to get the bottom one out. So leave the top one in, and then once you get the bottom bolt out, which is 6-inch bolt, then you can easily take that top screw out. So that's my recommendation. Resist the temptation to take the top one out all the way first. Well, I got the old one out, and I got my battery hooked up to it. I got the positive to the stud here. I guess I could probably touch it there, but anyway, when I touch it, you can see the spark, but it's not clicking or anything, so I think the solenoid's bad. I believe if I touch it here, it's going to try to turn, or not. Yeah. Of course, who knows, my battery may be dead. Come on. May have blew my fuse. I forgot about that. This little gizmo here, these alligator clips. There's a little fuse in this thing, inside of this, so I think I just blew the fuse. But you saw the starter itself turned, but I think the solenoid's bad, but you can't replace the solenoid. Or let's just say it differently. By the time you replace the solenoid, by the time you replace that, you just replace your starter because it's hard. The starter is $300 and the solenoid's $200, I think, for Honda. So together it's $495 for the complete thing. So, you know, nothing personal, but I love my $68 starter way better. All right, so I'm under the car. Of course, I've dropped the screw, and I couldn't find the screw. And there's the screw right there. And, you know, getting the plastic cover off was damn near impossible. Ta-da! Do not drop that. That's the screw that mounts the battery box to the car frame. Do not drop that. It is a pain in the ass to get. I was going to try. I did get the bolt started. It's very difficult. You can see the silver extension down there, and then you can see that silver extension down there, and then you can see that silver extension down there. So basically you need a 2.5 to 3 foot long extension so that you got enough clearance over here in the motor to snake that all the way down there, get underneath this plastic thing to start that bolt. And oh, by the way, it's not possible to do all that and actually see the hole, because if you put the light where it shines and you can see the bolt, then you can't see, because the light, the flashlight case blocks your only view to the bolt. So maybe you can light it up from underneath. I don't know, I didn't try that, but let me tell you, I am very happy that I got that started. I'm fixing to tighten it up, and so hopefully that's the last major pain in the ass. The starter was a snap. The dealing with this battery box, pain in the ass. Right, here it goes. Very first time. Put the key in it. Well, listen to that. I'll be damned. You would think I was an automobile mechanic. Not. So I'm going to, all I got to do is button up the kick plate down here, but I'm going to back it out because it's really hard to, that pole is so close that I can't open the door all the way, so I'm trying to say. So let me back it up here a little bit so I can open the door, and we're going to call her good. That was the starter itself was no problem. The battery box, royal pain in the ass. Don't drop the screw. Those plastic clips, I did have extra clips, so I broke 2 of them. Actually, I broke 3 of them and replaced all 3 of them. I removed the clip so I could get the engine splash guard disconnected enough that I could find the bolt that I dropped. Of course, you know, it didn't make it all the way to the ground. It got caught by that splash guard. Anyway, the bottom line is that's all behind me now. So I'm gonna call her done. But like I said, I got to put the little kick plates on and pack up all my tools. But we're good.